Hello and welcome back. What a weekend! There is so much to go over, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Grab the tea and let's get into it. And just before we get into it, I am actively trying to change my YouTube channel name. It was brought to my attention by one of the people here that someone already uses Let's Get Into It before he does like interviews. So I don't know, I've just been saying it for so long, but I don't want to be a little copycat, and as an artist, I don't want to use something that someone else is already using. So if you have any ideas, please drop them in the comments. Maybe next week I'll do a little poll and we could vote on what it could be, but for today, we're going to get into it because there is just a few things that we need to talk about. Before we get into the messiness of South by Southwest, which we've all seen by now, I have a lot of things to talk about on that. Something happened on Thursday morning, and it's not the court hearing that we were able to listen to with our own ears and the public was able to phone in and hear. While we were all talking about that court hearing, another motion was actually submitted into the court. So first I would like to talk about that because it kind of lines up with everything I've been saying about PR. And as we know, Leslie Sloan, her lawyers did file a motion for her case to be dismissed, that she has nothing to do with it. She was just, doing her job. How is she responsible for what her clients do or what happens on set, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Brian Freeman and Wayfair and Justin's team did come back and they filed a motion Thursday morning with the court to deny her motion to be dismissed. And we're just going to go over that quickly. It's a good read. You can find it on Court Listener. I've read it. There's a lot of tidbits. If you want, I can just go over what I found most interesting. But I think the first page would pretty much sum up exactly how I'm feeling. So this is a memorandum of law in opposition. They kind of put everything in together, but it's to dismiss the First Amendment complaint, motion to dismiss the fees and costs, motion to strike the documents, motion filed by Wayfair Studio, Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, It Ends With Us, Melissa Nathan, Jennifer Abel, Steve Sorowitz, filed an association cases, and then there's a bunch of cases. So they kind of put it all in there together. And basically something that I've been saying all along to me is like the PR here is one of the most interesting parts of this whole case and how they weaved it all together. And then for Leslie Sloan to ask to be dismissed to me was absolutely bananas. But here is just the introduction to the page. As alleged in the Wayfair party's First Amendment complaint, the Sloan parties played an active and integral role in a conspiracy to inflict harm on the Wayfair parties. The conspirators first aimed to win plaintiff Blake Lively total control over the film It Ends With Us by means of extortionate threats to go public with her basic claims of sexual harassment. That effort wholly succeeded. Having seized complete creative control over the film and its marketing, Lively had only herself and her publicist, Leslie Sloan, and Sloan's company, Vision PR Inc., to blame when her disastrously tone-deaf marketing efforts for the film plowed her public reputation straight into the ground. In a desperate effort to salvage Lively's reputation and to escape her wrath, the Sloan parties conspired with the Lively and consolidated defendants Ryan Reynolds, the New York Times company, to make scapegoats of the Wayfair parties for Lively's woes. On information and belief, the Sloan parties worked for months to drop breadcrumbs and hints of sinister allegations to the public while secretly feeding defamatory falsehoods to any reporter who would listen, including Megan Twohey of the New York Times, as a direct result of the actions of the Sloan's party and their co-conspirators. The Wayfair parties have been damaged beyond measure. Their reputations are destroyed, their businesses lie in tatters, and their own film was taken from them. Yes, these are the facts underpinning the Wayfair's party's allegations against the Sloan parties, and this is what the evidence will prove at trial. Please let it go to trial. Please let it go to trial. The motion should be denied in its entirety, or In the alternate, the court should grant the Wayfarer parties leave to amend their first amended complaint and allow them to move forward with holding the Sloan parties to account for their part in Lively's malicious and calculated scheme. Lively chose New York as the forum in which to bring her evidence-free claims against the Wayfarer parties. Right, because in New York, if you put out claims, from what I'm told, from what I've researched, you then can't be sued for defamation, I think. Lawyers, please chime in here, but that's what I've learned so far. That's why she chose first to put it as a story and put it into a CRD complaint, because whatever you put in there, you can't then be sued for defamation, even if they were lies. Alleged, apparently, but someone could actually say whether or not that's 100p. Although none of them are New Yorkers, the Wayfarer party stood steady to defend themselves in any form and accordingly brought their own claims to this court. But because the Wayfarer party suffered their damages in California, nearly all of them make their personal and professional homes, they are entitled to bring their claims under the laws of California, which has a manifest interest in protecting its citizens from defamation and other harms. Yet, the Sloan parties insist that merely because they are defendants have chosen to make their homes in New York, they are entitled to the full weight and protection of New York laws, regardless of the fact that they reached out across the country to inflict grave and insidious harm on the Wayfarer parties in California. California law should apply to remedy the wrongs suffered in California by California residents and their associates. I agree. Not only did Leslie Sloan try to have her whole case dismissed, then there was also some arguments, well, if it doesn't get dismissed, then let's try it in New York and under New York law. The Sloan parties complain that they are unable to distinguish the allegations against them from those brought against other parties, arguing that the Wayfarer parties engaged in impermissible group pleading. Of course, it is premature to this stage to require the Wayfarer parties to specify the precise acts taken by the Sloan parties in connection with their conspiratorial scheme. A jury will determine the truth based on the evidence. But until then, the Wayfarer parties have done more than enough to make their allegations against the Sloan parties clear and can easily amend their pleading to add further details based on what they have already learned. But then they go on to say this, which I found very interesting, because regardless of New York or Cali, right, under the California or New York law, the Wayfarer parties have stated a claim for defamation against the Sloan parties. The First Amendment complaint adequately pleads that the Sloan parties made a defamatory statement end concerning each of the Wayfarer parties, either individually and or as members of a small and readily identifiable group. Ready. They are ready to identify everyone. So basically, they go on to just say that everything that they said, they knew that they were lying about. They knew that there was no truth to them, and basically that their motion falls short to get dismissed. They're ready to fight it. Not only do they say that, but they also go on to say that since filing their original complaint, they have more. They found more evidence. They have way more that they are ready to share if it goes through. But what they're asking here is, like, if you do dismiss it, please allow us to reapply. But they give so many examples of past cases and where they really, really did go and, you know, put out these statements, and that they did leave like little breadcrumbs all the way through that Leslie Sloan was feeding to the press. So how is Blake's team feeding stuff to the press, but now Blake's claiming smear campaign? Okay. And Lord, please, if I ever get into this much trouble or someone comes at me, seriously, please have Brian Freeman defending me, because wow. But this does prove, and it does prove everything that we have been saying. Like, Leslie Sloan, you are in this, girl. You know, I know that it's been stated that you got Jennifer Abel's text through a subpoena. No one's seen the subpoena. I did doubt maybe that you were lying at first, but there are some lawyers who say that, like, they would never put that in there if they haven't seen it. So where's the subpoena for the phone records? And why did you only get Jennifer Abel's phone? Why not show all of Stephanie Jones' text too? Why was it only Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan? Stephanie Jones had no text in there? Because funny enough, Justin Baldoni in his lawsuit shows that Stephanie Jones was really on the attack against Blake. So where are those text messages if you had a subpoena? Or did you only subpoena Jennifer Abel's phones? It's very strange. But Leslie, you are in this, girl. I hope this motion to deny your motion gets granted. And I hope that we're able to see all of the new evidence that they have. Because I think as much as Blake's team is working overtime on PR, Justin's team is working overtime to prove their case and defend themselves. So they're defending themselves against SH allegations and a smear campaign, and Blake's team is just trying to save their butts and reputation. Make it make sense. But the PR side of this, I honestly find is one of the most interesting, because I think without Stephanie Jones and without Leslie Sloan, we would not be where we are today on this case, right? I totally believe that. I hope that the judge comes back this week and he doesn't dismiss any of them. That's including the New York Times. All of them. We want all of it, because you guys, in my opinion, all work together, all colluded together. Stephanie Jones, Leslie Sloan, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, the New York Times, to really take down Justin Baldoni and Wayfair, and it's backfired on you 100%. But let me tell you, if they depose Blake Lively, you just got to ask that girl one question, and you're going to get the answer to all 9 questions. Did you see her this weekend at the premiere of South by Southwest? Oh my God. Let's get into it. What a mess. First, let's just talk about her outfit. Her style choice is always a choice. So here we have Blake Lively, Trad Wife 2025. That's what she's going for. The pink, she had the little thing over top, even with the cute little shoes. She's going for very innocent, Trad Wife, pastel pink. Girl, don't use pink, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Breaks my heart. Obviously in Blake's style to direct the shots, they were taking pictures against the yellow. Someone probably should have told her that South by Southwest is yellow. She didn't like that. It wasn't a right tone. She's trying to move forward, directing her co-star again on how to take the pictures with her. Still waiting on the pictures with her and Anna Kendrick. Paul Feig came out earlier saying they have a great relationship. All the rumors aren't true. They're great. They have a great working relationship. Funny, not going to show clips on here. However, kind of strange that when they asked Blake, how was it working with Anna again? She's like, oh my gosh, it was so amazing. It was so amazing. And then they asked Anna Kendrick, and she quickly walked away and was like, oh, Yes, we do, girl. We do know. And I'm so sorry you had to go through that again. But yeah, still waiting on the pictures of them two alone, since they're so great together, right? Then they get on stage. They're asking her a question. She uses the same, this girl can't, oh gosh. I'm going to give you some advice. Before you go into court to get deposed, please get training, because you're going to open and you're going to foot right into it, okay? Please get training. And this is advice I don't want to give you, because Team Justin, right? However, girl, they're going to ask you one question. You're going to either lie 25 times, or you're going to answer questions that they didn't even ask you about, and you're just going to it's going to be bad for you. But anyway, they ask her about the movie shooting again. She uses the same recycled joke that she used on the talk shows when they were promoting the original Simple Favor, about how they didn't know if it was a comedy or a drama, and they asked the director, and he said, anyway. But then she goes on to say something which I thought was very interesting. She says, the director threw us a little bit of a curveball, and it is going to be what did she say? What did she say? Oh, and it'll be very uncomfortable. Something like that. Oh, it's going to be very uncomfortable watching it with all of you, or something along those lines, that it'll be weird watching it with the audience in the theater. And girl, now, if you're talking about any kind of intimacy and how it's weird watching it in the theater, never do scenes with intimacy ever again, please, because you got a problem with it, okay? You got a problem with it. That's it, period. So if you are talking about that, Brian Freeman, I'm already sure Justin's whole team is dissecting every single thing she said. But that was something that stood out for me, that she was like, the director threw us a curveball, and it's going to be very weird watching it with all of you. If you're talking about any kind of intimacy, if that was the curveball, that's bad, okay? Because it clearly shows that you are just uncomfortable with intimacy on screen, and you shouldn't be doing scenes like that. Gosh, my hair has turned into a real big mess, but right after shooting here, I'm going for a little haircut. Also, what I found really interesting is when they asked Anna Kendrick in a one-on-one what it was like working on this movie again with everything going on. She was quick, girl. That girl, she was quick. She was like, I don't know what's happening. I've been taking ayahuasca for the last year. I don't know what's going on. But this movie, if you want to ask me about this movie, you know, and then she moved away, which was a great answer. Obviously, she doesn't want to talk anything Blake. They don't even have pictures together. I mean, even her body stance on the stage, you can tell, was like, stay the frig away from me. But not a good look here for Snake Lively. You know, only on Thursday. This was on the weekend. So one day later, after being in court saying how traumatized, you know, in her new amended lawsuit earlier this year, how traumatized this has caused her. It's caused her so much trauma. She's so emotionally distressed. The movie and being on set and being repeatedly SH'd on that set caused her so much trauma. She couldn't get out of bed. She has suffered. Her business has suffered. She's massively depressed, etc., etc., etc. But then she went straight from the set of It Ends With Us to shoot this movie, to now being able to be at the SNL 50, to now being able to do this press release, to do this red carpet. I mean, not a good look, baby girl. If you're really fighting your case, stay out of the public until it's over. If you're really going on the, I'm a victim, I'm so depressed, this has caused me so much damage, you got to play that card then, if that's what you want the world to think. Because what is going on? I just can't see somebody who claimed that being on the set of It Ends With Us caused her so much emotional damage that she was easily able to go and film another movie right after, to then easily take over the editing, sit in an editing bay and watch the same repeated sexual harassment over and over and over and over and over thousands of times to cut that movie together, to then do the entire press release how she did it, to then, you know, the only thing that caused you damage is your old interviews, your own press tour, you and your husband's own marketing plan through his company Maximum Effort. That's the only thing that caused you damage, okay? Because everything else was Gucci. You were able to go right and film another movie. You were able to do the entire edit. You put that man in a basement so that you can show up on the red carpet and take all of the freaking credit. So, and now look at you. Wow, super traumatized. And can we just give a round of applause, please, to this baddie who stood outside, did a solo protest? Okay, justice for Justin Baldoni. Blake lied. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Blake lied. Yes. Round of applause, please. And now Laura Feig, Paul Feig's wife. Whew, she was fighting in the IG comments of Another Simple Favor, fighting for her life, saying some extremely unhinged things that only got worse and worse and worse. If anyone's unraveling in this whole debacle, it's Lori Feig, okay? Not Blake Lively. And we're going to get into just how twisted this is, because this rabbit hole, wild. Let's just go over a few of her now deleted Instagram comments to people. Just battling it out. Just like, pick me, Blake, pick me. I'll be your bestie. Can I go to a Taylor Swift concert? Please pick me. Here we go. She comments, a reply comment to, yikes, another Blake Lively press tour. Lori Feig, love people that post lies and then are too cowardly to allow replies. All bots. Yeah, so turn on the comments there, Blake. Turn on the comments now. Paul Feig, turn on the comments to all of the press tour that you guys just did on that one night for Another Simple Favor. Yeah, too cowardly to allow replies. All bots. Well, I'm not a bot, so let's get into it, huh? Why don't you focus on what's important in the world? Wake up. Get out of the basement and see what's happening in democracy. Or you are woman-hating Trumpers. I think she meant, or are you a woman-hating Trumper? Maybe she's having too many of those gin martinis from the set of Another Simple Favor. Maybe they still have stock in their house. Get out of the basement. Well, let me tell you, no one puts Baldoni in the basement, and that's what their problem is, Miss Feig. Yeah, basement. Wow, nice choice of words. And again, this has nothing to do with politics. Why are you bringing Trump into this? And you are woman-hating Trumpers. What the frig, what the fig are you talking about? This unhinged. It is not a theatrical release. No one loses money. Watch and enjoy. It's free on Amazon. How about no? How about time out? How about we don't care if it's a theatrical release or if it's on Prime or if it's on Tubi or whatever channel. I don't care if it was playing free on cable TV. How about that? How about it is not supporting Blake Lively? How about it's sending a message to Hollywood that until this is cleared, until it's over, until Justin's name is cleared and Blake admits what she has done or shows us actual evidence. How about that? How about that? It's free. Oh, thanks for letting me know that. You would think it would stop there, right? Like, okay, you've said your piece. It's free on Amazon. We'll go watch it. Get out of the basement. Maybe the basement that y'all put Justin Baldoni in. And now I say y'all because you're part of this, because you've inserted yourself somewhere, right? You used weird language. Trump hating. Basement. Watch the movie. It's free. Stop telling lies. You think it would stop there, but nope. Again, Blake has already been paid. It's on Amazon. Boycotting the film will not hurt Blake. It's a great film and hundreds of people worked super hard to make it great, so enjoy it. Save your energy and don't hate a film. We don't hate the film. We don't hate Anna Kendrick. It's Blake. Do you not understand the stance that we're trying to take? Do you not understand the message? Right? Right? And Blake's already been paid. Maybe she took a back-end deal, a little producer credit. Maybe she hasn't been paid yet. A lot of actors will take back-end deals now, a lot of leads. They'll take back-end off the profit so that they can get the movie made. So why are you so quick to be like, Blake's already been paid? Has she? Has she? Maybe that's why they want to keep her financials a secret. And probably one of the worst ones out of all of them, if the basement wasn't enough. She goes on to say, Blake was the victim here. Get the facts. Justin's wife is probably horrified by her husband. Girl, I know you ain't trying to bring Emily Baldoni into this mess. Emily is standing with her husband, okay? She's no op like Ryan Reynolds at the SNL making a joke about it. She's no op in another movie like, I don't know, Deadpool and Wolverine making fun of Justin or Blake or Ryan. Still to this day, Justin and Emily and all of Wayfarer haven't come out and trashed Blake, to try to destroy Blake. They are defending themselves. Defending themselves. Even when she took the movie, hijacked the movie from them, cut him out of the premiere, put Emily, Justin, and their whole family into the basement. They still didn't come out and say shit about Blake. Blake's the victim? Is the victim in the room with us? Because don't you dare talk about Emily Baldoni. And now that you brought her into this, let's just see exactly where you were at the premiere. Because what the fig? Because this is you, right? This you. Happy birthday to the sunshine of my life. I love you, Lori Fig. Right? That's you? Because this you too? This is you, girl? Tell me this isn't you. Tell me you have a twin. Tell me that you are not such a pick-me, that you acted as a fan waiting outside of the movie premiere to fangirl over Blake Lively. Because that's you, right? This you? Right over here? The first one? Ah, Blake! And then this is you? And there's a few others. But if I'm looking at this right, unless you have a twin, explain to me why you're standing outside where the fans wait to take pictures with the celebrities. Please tell me. Please explain this to me because I can't make sense of it. I just... That's you, right? So you're over there in IG battling it out in the comments. And then you're being an actor. You're acting like a fan to show that Blake Lively, everyone's there for Blake. I've never seen such a botched PR job out of this whole thing in my life. And if you don't think this is real, that there was some paid actors outside, I have news for you, because check this out. Clock this guy, right? Glasses, black and white checkered shirt. He's out there, in the same lineup, waiting for Blake, taking pictures. Make sure the camera gets it. Make sure it's with the camera. He's drinking his little iced coffee. Ah, Blake! They take selfies together. Then they go inside. Look who's inside following Blake around, taking more selfies. The same guy, the same fan in the black and white. Why this is so weird is because if you're outside in the lineup of the fans, you don't get to go inside because the people that get to go inside aren't there doing all these autographs and photos and stuff. You're on the outside waiting with your autograph book, waiting to get your picture and your selfie. So not only do you have that guy, but then you have Lori Fig. Explain this. What the fig is going on, Lori? Huh? What the fig? Tell me you were not outside acting like a Blake Lively fan at your own husband's movie premiere. Please tell me. Say it ain't so, baby girl. Say it ain't so, because you can't be up there fighting in the comments and then acting like this. Okay? No way. You're better than this. I hope at least you got paid, because I know all them other actors got some money out of it. What are you getting out of this? What are you getting? Tickets? Tickets to Taylor Swift? Are you on the next red carpet? What did they promise you? Because, girl, you must have known doing this, people were going to piece it together, girl. Like, unless you got a twin, I'm telling you, unless someone looks exactly like you, that's you. That's you. And you know what's just so crazy, Lori? I just tried to Google Paul Feig and Lori Fig at South by Southwest, and I can't find any pictures of you. But I see Paul a lot with Blake and with Anna. Tell me you didn't stoop this low. Okay? Tell me you weren't in those comments fighting with people over how amazing Blake was, so that you can stand on the sidelines of your husband's own movie to fangirl over her. How? The secondhand embarrassment I'm feeling as a woman to woman. Ugh. That's just some No wonder why you're deleting those Instagram comments now, girl. Oh my gosh. So yeah, kind of an interesting weekend. There was more I wanted to talk about Ryan Reynolds selling that soccer football team and that whole PR, but I'm just going to make a separate video about that because they are playing PR too well. They are doing it. They are going to come out and seem like the best couple. Mark my words when I say watch the charity work coming out. Watch the pop-ups of them being super nice, super awesome, giving, caring, giving back. The PR is going to be an OT, and this just proves it. I mean, having those people... If that was Lori Feig and that other actor was paid, because it doesn't make any other sense other than that. That is wild bananas crazy, okay? But yeah, I think in the next few weeks we're going to see a lot of that. Snake Lively and Ryan Reynolds coming out, doing guest appearances in little indie shops or bookstores, or walking along with their dogs, or giving to charity, fans around them. Yeah, so while y'all work on your reputation, which is not going to work, okay? We're not dumb anymore. We've seen it, the videos. We've seen the evidence. Decades of y'all being so cruel, okay? One or two little PR stunts is not going to work anymore. B613 can do what it must, okay? But it's not going to work against the people, okay? And, yeah. Man, Brian Friedman is going to have a field day with this weekend. A field day, okay? There was more that happened. If you just watch all the videos and all the video clips, I mean, oh my gosh. Torturous. Torturous. I don't know who's helping her right now, but they are not doing a very good job. That's all I'll say. Anyway, drop in the comments what y'all think about this whole thing. Trying to get Leslie Sloan's case dismissed. Laughable to me. And also, yeah, what you think the new channel should be called. And like always, let's sage out the Snake Lively drama from our lives. I'm going to pick a card from Listen Bitch, something that will get us through the day, get all this bad juju out, and just something to think about. So I'm just randomly going to pick a card. If you can't find a way, carve your own freaking path. If you can't find a way, carve your own freaking path. Period. Don't listen to the no's. If you've been banging on the doors and they're not opening, just keep going. Find a different way. Do it yourself. Go for it. Keep going for it. Never give up. Be a trailblazer. Okay? I believe in you. You are more powerful than you will ever know. Don't let the world tell you who you are. You stand up and tell the world who you are. And you keep going and you keep fighting for your dreams and your worth, because you are worth it. Okay? Okay. Thank you. And as always, I hope you have the most amazing, best day ever. Have the best day. Talk soon.